I'd actually rather be rejected for being authentic than loved for something that I'm not.
Demi Lovato is opening up about everything, from how to deal with body image issues, new music, and why she stopped acting on Ashley Graham's Pretty Big Deal podcast.
I'm in a new chapter in my life.
During the sit-down, the 27-year-old got candid about running herself into the ground with 3-a-day workouts and diets, which led to her 2018 overdose.
I thought the past few years was recovery from an eating disorder when it actually was just completely falling into it. I was just running myself into the ground, and I honestly think that's kind of what led to everything happening over the past year. It was just like me thinking I found recovery when I didn't, and then living this kind of lie and trying to tell the world I was happy with myself when I really wasn't.
Demi also made it a point to discuss the pressures women face to look perfect.
Men have taught us that we are supposed to focus on our looks before our potential. So of course, our power is taken away when we're distracted by what we look like.
The confident singer shed light on the power of knowing the difference between body positivity and body acceptance.
Now when I look in the mirror and I start to have a negative thought, I don't stop and say, no, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, I love you, you're perfect the way you are, because I don't believe that. So what I say to myself is, nope, you're healthy and I accept you.
Oh, that's
and that's
powerful.
all I need to do is accept you.
Demi is now easing her way back into acting after being off the scene for years, mainly because she was insecure about her weight.
It goes back to the whole body acceptance thing.
Okay, tell me.
I didn't act for so many years because I was so insecure about my weight. I did a role on From Dusk Till Dawn, which was, I think, the last acting gig that I did.
How many years ago was that?
That was probably 2015.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's been at least
4 years. And I haven't done a sitcom in 10 years.
Wow.
So being back on Will and Grace was like, I actually had to work through some triggers because it was a sitcom and it was very fast paced and it's a comedy. So you have to be ready to make people laugh and put your emotions aside of whatever you're dealing with. But once I got into it, I was like, okay, as long as I'm acknowledging the feelings that come with this and I announce my triggers to the people around me, I can get through it.
The Sorry Not Sorry singer admits that she's a work in progress, but it's safe to say that she's come a long way. She's learning to honor her limitations by balancing her mental health with her career.
I recently lost a good friend of mine a couple weeks ago, and I canceled the studio, multiple times that week. The old me would have forced myself to go to the studio or would have listened to someone else saying, no, just get in there, see what you make,
Power through.
Power through it. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And I really allowed myself, I took days off from my scheduling, and that way I was able to really process it and grieve.
Demi also opened up about the importance of boundaries, specifically with family.
You can't set boundaries with people unless you respect yourself enough to know why you're having to set these boundaries with people. And most of the boundaries I've learned, yes, they start with friends, but a lot of times it starts with families. One of my favorite sayings is, no one pushes your buttons like your family does because they're the ones that put them there.
Well, when it comes to new music, Demi revealed that she's in the process of creating a new anthem.
I was in the studio and I was working with one of my favorite producers, Oak. We were writing and we were making this song. It was an anthem about body positivity, because I was like, we need an anthem. When I go into the next chapter of my career, what do I want it to be? Because I've always done the sexy route. I've never really done the whole feeling comfortable in yourself, I don't have to be in a one-piece leotard on stage.
Demi has pretty much always been an open book when it comes to body image. E.T. sat down with the singer in 2017 where she shared some advice on how to deal with body shamers.
I focus on just what I see in the mirror, and that's a beautiful person. And regardless of what I think of my body that day, I know that nobody can take who I am away from me.